Okay, welcome everybody. I hope everyone is well. It's October 31st. It is Massive Action Monday. My name is Chris Williams. I am really excited to be able to be here with you. We are entering the last 60 days of the year. Can you believe that? The last 60 days of the year. So to kick off Massive Action Monday today, my name is Chris Williams. I'm the host of the Grow Your Side Business podcast. I help ambitious employees just like you, just like I was, who want to be able to grow and build a successful, profitable side business. I do that in a 5-day challenge. I've got an upcoming webinar that is free that you can actually participate in. It's actually this Thursday. Go to impactmyincome.com and I'm going to show you 4 different secrets of things that you need to know in order to be able to actually build the type of side business that is best for you, your family, and your lifestyle. So with that being said, one of the things that I wanted to do today was I wanted to share in this conversation because I have been trying to figure out when I should, share this conversation, when I should share this content. And I was like, you know what, we got to do it on Massive Action Monday. So for those of you in my Side Business Builders community, I want to say thank you. And let me give a shout out to a couple of people right now inside of the community because if you're not a part of the Side Business Builders community, you're missing out. People got a chance to really share a couple of wins. So I want to get a couple of wins out there. I want to say shout out to Vanessa. Vanessa actually did a launch for one of her clients, $60,000 launch. Congratulations to you, Vanessa. And then I also want to mention that she also talked about someone else that was able to do over $650,000 for a launch in just 19 days. Absolutely incredible. Congratulations to you. Also, we've got Dan. Dan, congratulations to you. You rethought some strategies on your booking services for your wedding business. So congratulations to you on kind of the move that you made. We got a chance to kind of talk a little bit in the group. So congratulations to those of you who've had some wins. I think it's really cool that people are actually having different wins inside of their side business. I think it's really important that we share those. And that's the kind of cool stuff that we do inside of the group. One of the cool things is my wife also was able to take her full-time business that she's been doing and do some things. So she shared, she's been able to hire an SEO company to actually start ranking on search engines. So listen, if you're not a part of the Side Business Builders community, it's hard for you to be able to know that like all of those cool things are going down. If you want to get in, go to Facebook, look for Side Business Builders, answer the questions, you'll be able to get inside of the group, okay? All right. So with all of that out the way, here's what I want to do. I want to talk about the butterfly effect for a second because if you did not see like the movie with Ashton Kutcher back in like I think it was '04 when it came out, it was a huge hit. If you're not into like those types of movies, well, don't worry, this won't be a rehash of the movie. If you haven't seen it, don't worry, I'm not about to spoil the beans. Go watch it for yourself if you want to go watch something that's kind of interesting. But I wanted to share this because it's been something that principally for me this year kind of carried me through on just understanding. So there was a particular evening. I don't know if this ever happens to you, but I woke up earlier than early, and it's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and my wife and I happened to fall asleep with the TV on. And we fell asleep with the TV on, and it just so happened that as I was channel surfing, I ran across, and I don't know if this ever happens to you. You guys tell me if this ever happens to you, but I ran across something on the Discovery Channel. And on the Discovery Channel, they were having a discussion about, it was like, soon as I went there, it was showing this caterpillar crawling up, a leaf, right? And he's eating. And this guy in the background is, narrating the story, right? We humanize, all movement for animals, right? So he's going through this conversation about, what the caterpillar is doing, how it's got to watch out for, predators and kind of some of the stuff that it does. But he said a line in that documentary or the series that I was watching, and it stopped me in my tracks. He said, as the caterpillar's on this leaf and he's eating, the narrator says, the caterpillar has everything it needs already to turn into a butterfly. And I did not wake my wife up. but I wanted to scream when I heard that. It was like the caterpillar already has what it needs in order to become a butterfly. So what really floored me about when I heard that was I had not put together like the understanding that this caterpillar has something already, like it knows something already, right? Like, so I brought this up for Massive Action Monday because I want to walk you through just some understanding. Like, if you want to know, how to handle the next 60 days, if you're already thinking about 2023, if you're concerned about what the future might hold, I want to give you a little bit of motivation today. I want to give you a little bit of perspective on kind of where things are. So first and foremost, let's cover a couple of things. Now, there's a theory, so we gotta kind of deal with some of the theories. So the butterfly effect theory basically says, in chaos theory, the butterfly effect is a sensitive dependence on initial conditions in which a small change in one state of a deterministic nonlinear system can result in larger differences in another state. Here's what that basically means, so that I just want to give you the framework before we dive into this, because this is one of the most powerful things I've ever understood by watching just a simple documentary about caterpillars turning into butterflies, right? So basically, what chaos theory says is that if you're over here, right? Well, actually, sorry, wrong color. If you're over here, right, and you're making decisions, you're doing things, you're living, you're making actions and decisions on this side, what it means is that everything that you do over here, all of the determined decisions, everything that you do on this side, there's somewhere, and let's just call this time, that as time passes, it's going to yield some sort of result for you in the future. They're just making it simple for us to be able to understand. So there's a future, result of what you're going to be doing, of kind of what's happening as a result, right? There's a future state, meaning everything that you're doing right now it's causing something else to happen over here. And what I love about this is, principally speaking, I just love the basic understanding of that everything is connected. There's nothing that you and I are doing right now in this moment that will not impact the next hour, the next year, that does impact the next hour, the next year, the next 2 years, the next 5 years. Meaning, I've got the power of decision right now in my current present that will create outcomes later. Now, I know you're like, Chris, well, that's kind of simple. We all know that. But I want to walk you through something that I found really interesting about this butterfly. So, all right. So I just want to give you this understanding, and I give this in trainings because I think it's one of the most powerful ways to really understand just what we can do, right? So a butterfly or a caterpillar, and we're just gonna draw a caterpillar here. I'm terrible with drawings, but basically we're gonna draw a caterpillar, and let's say this caterpillar has a few things it knows while being a very small caterpillar. There's some things that this caterpillar really understands. Number one, in the documentary, it said everything this caterpillar needs or everything in order for the caterpillar to become a butterfly, it already has. What did I take from that? Here's what I took. Number one, the DNA of a caterpillar is already built in such a way that at a certain time, when things and conditions are right, this, caterpillar will literally go through a metamorphosis. By the way, side note, there is no other animal on the entire planet that literally goes from one thing to a completely different animal. That is crazy. But there's a lot we can always learn from nature. So I'm not going to stay there, but let's just move on. So what it means is that the caterpillar has everything it needs in its DNA to make the transformation, right? Here's the other thing that's happening inside of the caterpillar. The caterpillar has the DNA. It also has, here's the cool part, it also has limitations. And I'm like, Chris, that's not cool. You'll see why here in a moment. So the caterpillar has a DNA. It has limitations. The caterpillar also has what I would call a certain. So there's DNA. There's the limitations. It also has a certain amount of supply. So the DNA of its current state is one thing, but deep within it has the DNA in order to be able to completely transform. That's a whole nother conversation. We're gonna get in that in just a moment. The limitations it has on it is what? It's slow. It can barely look up. Like it's on the ground. Like it moves very, very slow. And the only thing it can do is really just eat and crawl around, right? The supply is pretty plentiful though. The supply for a caterpillar, I mean, it eats leaves, it does all these things. And here's the crazy part about the reason why the process that a caterpillar goes through applies to all of us. Because many of us can identify with a caterpillar. Many of us feel like, I know there's something more I have in me, but I don't know yet where to put it. I know I'm meant for more than this, but everything I've tried just didn't work. We have limitations. I don't have enough money. I don't know the right people. I didn't go to that school. I don't live in that part of the country. I don't know those people in that circle. I haven't met X, right? Like we have all these limitations. Be they real or not, there are limitations, right? And then it just comes down to supply, right? Like we have a supply. And what's crazy is as we have more experiences, we start to find out the supply is not actually like very short. It's short based on the way we think about things, based on our perspective. Okay? So there's the first part of the caterpillar. Let's talk about the second part of the caterpillar. His journey, and when I was watching this documentary, what's crazy is the journey of this caterpillar is a long one. He's got to go through, rainy times, all these other things. Like I want to walk you through something that I read that was really interesting. I'm gonna actually walk you through. Let me pull this up because this was really, really interesting. If you type in how long does a caterpillar live, so a caterpillar's lifespan is 15 to 29 days. So it takes 2 to 5 weeks for the butterfly, um, anywhere between 2 to 5 weeks for the whole thing to happen, right? So here's what's crazy. I wanted to get to this. There's basically 4 stages of the caterpillar's life cycle, okay? 4 basic stages. Everybody knows these stages, but I'm just going to walk through them really quickly. Here's the stages that it goes through. Obviously, there's an egg. There's the larva. There's the pupa. Then there's the butterfly. Here's what I want us to know. To everything there are stages. Here's the question you got to ask yourself. What stage am I in on my way to my transformation? That's the most important thing. Are you still kind of incubating? You still working on an idea? Are you past incubation? Maybe you're testing and trying to run. Are you up and running? Trying experiences? Where are you? What stage are you when it comes to your business, your health, your career, your family life? What stage are you in right now? That's the most important question to ask yourself. What stage are you in? How do you even know? Are you aware enough of the things that you got going on? Now, this portion of the conversation is really good, but here's what I want to get to. Because once you understand the stages, here's what's crazy. When a caterpillar has finally eaten the amount and and timing is ready, it then goes into a cocoon. Here's what's crazy about this entire situation. The entire time that the caterpillar is a caterpillar, they know that they're meant for something more than just eating all day, being a caterpillar, being slow. Like the caterpillar, like this is what I want you to understand about the caterpillar and why I want you to understand why it relates to our lives. The caterpillar literally is born knowing I am going to change. Born that way. The caterpillar cannot remove the transformation it will have from the life it has right now. And I think it's about time that if we really want to maximize these 60 days, if we really want to understand what's possible in our lives, we have to be willing. Here's a couple of things I want you to understand. Number one, willing to accept the transformation. Are you willing to accept the transformation that it's going to take in order for you to have the type of life that you desire? Because a caterpillar has already accepted that, you know what? I'm not going to stay here that long. I'm here for now, but I know at a certain point I'm going to make a change. So my question to you is, have you accepted the fact that I am going to change? Have you thought about the fact that, you know what, there is going to be something different about my life when I apply myself to my side business? Something's going to change. And I'm probably going to be the majority of that change. Here's the second thing that's crazy the caterpillar understands. Not only does it know it's about to change, everything that it's doing is toward that end result. It's not wasting time. See, the intention is to change. The attention that the caterpillar gives is putting all of its attention towards the things that is going to help its actual intention. And then, what's crazy? There's an intervention. You know what's wild? The caterpillar runs up on a moment in time where time meets preparation. So, you got time over here and preparation. And it meets in the middle. And all of a sudden, it's not, it would be interesting to like really see the inside of a cocoon or kind of watch what's happening, because all of a sudden it decides. So this is number 2. Number 3, it makes a decision. Yep, it's time. It lets go of all of the things that it's currently holding on to. Being a caterpillar, all those legs, moving slow, not looking for, like, it literally lets go of every single thing it currently has to grab a hold of what's about to be. Now, I could only imagine being a caterpillar and all these other animals being around in the animal kingdom that look and move just like it does, the ant or, a grasshopper or something else going like, I would never want your life. All you do is look down. All you do is eat. You move slow. We can move around. We can do a lot more. But to know that there's something more that I am meant for. And then to put my intention on that, add my attention to that desired end, to know that at some point in the future, there's going to be a moment where time and preparation are going to meet. And then I'm going to have an intervention. So then it makes a decision. All right, I got to go somewhere and I got to allow this process to happen. So that's a decision. How many times have we found ourselves struggling to accept that the only way our life that is going to improve, our business that will improve, our financial situation will only improve if I make the decision? And some of us run from the decision because it's scary, because it's not familiar, because it doesn't look or understand, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Well, I'm going to be very honest with you. I had a really great revelation in my own life to realize if it made sense where I am presently, I would already be doing it. And I wasn't. If I have to wait for everything to make sense to me, I will miss out on millions and millions and millions of dollars coming my way. Because I want to understand everything before I make a move. And the last time I checked, you can read story after story after story after story of people that you follow, they didn't understand everything, but they did make a move towards what they needed to. So you've got willingness to accept the transformation. Intention, attention, and intervention happens. Then there's a decision that is made, and then there's this fourth part. I like to just call it quiet time. It's funny we make our kids have quiet time, but we as adults don't do this very well. There's this quiet time. It's in the caterpillar's in the cocoon. Now, I don't know about you, but every sci-fi movie I see where Mr. Harry turns into from Frankenstein, or these, crazy sci-fi movies where somebody can do something with their body. I'm sorry, it sounds like it hurts. And guess what? Nobody's there helping the caterpillar. No one's in the cocoon. Like, nothing crawls up inside of the cocoon with the caterpillar. There's no person, there's no other animal that supports the caterpillar's transformation. No one. The caterpillar accepts the decision and gets quiet and goes into a space by itself. Now, here's the crazy part. I don't know how long this might be for you. Could be a year, could be 3 years, could be 5. I have absolutely no idea. I do know this. Once you've made a decision, you've got to commit to the decision. Could you imagine if a caterpillar decided halfway through the transformation inside of the cocoon, no, I'm cool. I'm gonna just jump out. How weird would that look, right? Just imagine that. Imagine if the caterpillar just decided, I'm not doing this. It's too hard. I got no support. Nobody's helping me. Nobody's trying to help me get this done. I'm all by myself. This hurts too much. I'm out. Could you imagine that? We'd have a bunch of we'd have deformed caterpillars. Here's the crazy part. Many of us have deformed dreams, deformed ideas, deformed businesses, because we let go too early. We wouldn't stay when it got hard. We wouldn't learn more while we stayed in it. We wouldn't just embrace the fact that things just suck right now. It's okay. That's life. So what I want us to do is to start to understand that quiet time is important. But here's what's crazy. Let's go back to our caterpillar. What's crazy about this caterpillar is after it goes through all of that, yes, and I do not know how to draw a butterfly, so I'm just going to draw something like that with the little head, and I'm terrible at drawing. But my point is, it becomes a butterfly. Now, here's what's wild about becoming a butterfly. Every single thing that was a limitation before no longer exists. This is crazy. Everything, every single thing that it could not do before no longer exists. In fact, what's crazier is that now, as a butterfly, you know what's wild? Now he has range. The butterfly can see wider, go farther, and is a lot more beautiful. What's my point? My point is this, y'all. I think for many of us, sometimes the best thing we can do is to stop looking at what's hard about what you're dealing with right now when it comes to your business, when it comes to financially, whatever. Stop focusing on why it's so hard. Life is hard. I want you to focus on what a caterpillar knows from the day one. I want you and I to start focusing on, I am going to change and something will change. And to know that when I get there, oh, it's going to be better. But I got to get through this cocoon phase right now. I got to allow myself to embrace this hard moment. I got to allow me to learn what I need to learn while I'm going through this quiet time. Because I'm going to tell you, one of the most interesting things about actually building a side business, one of the most interesting things when you decide to actually step out from the crowd and actually do something for yourself, what's crazy is, unfortunately, at a certain point in time, you realize, wait a minute, why I should have been doing this a long time ago, right? I should have been doing this a long time ago, but I didn't. And because I didn't start a long time ago, some people start to feel a little bit of regret. Don't worry about that. My point is that what you got to know is that just like this caterpillar decided to go through these stages, it already knew that it was possible. No, it does not see the end. It just knows that internally there's something that's telling it, yeah, I'm meant for more than this. So these last 60 days of the year, I know you're meant for more than just what you have right now. And it might be really difficult right now. You might be in that phase as a caterpillar does. you might be in that phase of quiet time because you already made a decision. I'm going to change my financial situation. I am going to change my career somehow. You may have already made that decision and it might get lonely. Heck, I'm going to tell you right now, your employee friends, those conversations change when you get into your quiet time. If you really decide to go and like build a business, if you really decide to go and change your financial picture, if you really decide that like this is what I'm really going to do, your conversations with your current coworkers will change because you have made a decision for your personal life and it's no longer about what am I doing on the weekend. It's no longer about like these small other things that sometimes we do. So I want you to realize that, listen, I know we marvel at the butterfly, but we never stop to ask ourselves, my God, what was it like being in that cocoon? We have an idea, right? We have some sort of idea. Why? Because you can talk, if you go talk to any entrepreneur around you, matter of fact, this week for Massive Action Monday, here's your homework. Go talk to somebody in your area and really have a sit down conversation with them. Somebody who's an actual entrepreneur, who actually has a business, physical or, digital, doesn't matter. Sit down with them and really ask them, hey, I heard this training from this guy, Chris, and he was talking about the butterfly effect of going from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Talk to me about what it was like for you when you made that decision and the things that you went through before it really became. How did that feel? What did that look like? How did that change the dynamics of the conversations you were having? Because I want us to have a perspective from the butterfly. Who are our butterflies? Our butterflies is drive down the street, every business that's open. That's the butterfly. They made it. I didn't say it's not hard. I said they made the decision. They went through this process. They were willing to accept their transformation to go from just being a W-2 employee to starting a business. They had their intention set on starting a business. They moved their attention towards those things when they were outside of their day job. And then they had an intervention. The time met preparation and boom, they got a decision. They made the decision. And after they made the decision, there was some quiet time. Y'all, we are surrounded by butterflies every day. I'm not just talking about the ones that actually fly around us. I'm saying every single business, from the ice cream parlor to your favorite restaurant, to your favorite dry cleaner, to your favorite car wash, to your favorite whoever, your favorite wherever you go, they are living representations of butterflies. If you think you're going to be able to build your side business and you're the only person that's going through what you went through, you're not. But if you don't understand that there's a process to doing this, and it will suck for everybody in different ways because it starts to highlight our inefficiencies, and some people just don't like that feeling all the time. Some people don't like being reminded of actually their own flaws. People can't take that. It's like, nobody likes that light on them all the time. And I get it, but I'm going to take you back to a T.E. Lawrence quote, the man in the arena. Listen, I was at a basketball game. I was in Minneapolis last week, and I went to a Minnesota Timberwolves game. And I did a short video because while I was there, I just think about we're all sitting in the stands. And there's only two sounds happening in all the stands. Either people are really cheering or people are screaming boo. You suck. I wouldn't have done that. How would you dare you blow that layup? You can't shoot. All these other things. And you know what nobody in the stadium is saying? Dang, what did they have to go through to actually be on the court? You know what the difference is between the people on the court, on the field, than everybody else in the stands buying tickets? They did the work to become that person. And everybody else has an opinion, but they aren't willing to go do the work that person went through. So I want us today, for Massive Action Monday, just consider the butterfly for a second. But don't consider just the end result of what a butterfly is. I need you to go look at a caterpillar and go, my God, what is it that maybe I haven't yet accepted if I really want my business to take off? Am I not willing to go and accept the transformation? Have I not been willing to put my intention on it? Add the attention necessary and allow time to meet my preparation for the intervention? Have I not been willing to make a decision yet? Did I run away during the quiet time? Am I always stopping and starting? Am I not willing to always be committed? What is it that I know I need to fix? Those are the things I want you to think on this week. And by the way, don't feel bad about them. It's life. But I want you to be more focused on what you've got to do to accept what needs to be done so that your life can change. Because guess what? Nobody's, as you've heard before, Mel Robbins said it, no one's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to pay your household bills. There's nobody walking through the door. So what part of that metamorphosis are you willing to go through? Because I'm going to tell you right now, every single entrepreneur around you, their lives are different. Not because they're successful, but because it took a lot of betting on themselves every single day, rewashing their brain every single day, letting go of the bad stuff every single day, and constantly believing in themselves to say, but I know there's something on the other side of this. Let me just keep doing the work to find out what it is. So listen, I hope this was helpful to you. I hope you found this motivational. I hope you found something in here to keep you going. Because there's a lot of people kind of distracted and feeling like they need to give up. Don't give up on you. There's a future version of you, remember? Remember, there's somebody here. You have yet to meet this future version of yourself. I need you to. You need you to. You need to meet that person. And you need to meet them knowing, man, I did a lot to get here. And I'm glad I did it. All right? Listen, thank you so much for watching. This has been another episode of Massive Action Monday. Make sure that you leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Let us know what you think about the butterfly effect. How is it playing out in your life? If you're not a part of the Side Business Builders community, you should absolutely get in there. I would love for you to be able to share your wins so we can shout you out here on Massive Action Mondays. Make sure you subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Until then, y'all have a great day, everybody.